Happy New Year, everybody. It is Carrie and Katerina and Lucas in the back seat right now. And we're up in the mountains going for a New Year's drive. And while we're up here, we wanted to do a kind of a look back on 2023 and pick out like our top 10 favorite trails or adventures that we did, because we had some amazing times this year, didn't we?
Yes. Do you have recovery gear?
Yes, I have recovery gear.
We just hit the snow.
We're in the snow, yeah. We went all over the place. We had a great time, and trying to come up with a top 10 list, I think, is actually fairly difficult, considering when you do 20, 30, different events or trails and adventures. Coming up with your top 10 is kind of hard, isn't it?
It was very hard for me because you couldn't choose what is better.
So we're gonna count down from number 10 and get to our favorites at the end there. And starting with number 10 is the Flattops. Now, if you're not familiar with the Flattops, it's an area in Colorado that is just north of Glenwood Springs, and it's an interesting area. If you want some difficult off-roading, there's Grizzly 4x4 Trail as well as Transfer Trail. If you want to go up and do some car camping or just get up in the mountains and not have to do anything extreme, you can take some pretty nice like level 1, 2 graded roads right to the same campsites that we went to. So it's kind of for everybody, and the scenery is beautiful up there.
Yeah, that's why we chose it.
And the fishing, not so good. Not rated high on the fishing, unless they only stock Deep Lake, as if I'm correct. And so if you happen to catch a campsite there, take advantage of it, because it may be the only good fishing in town. So number 9 is Birdseye, Gulch, and Mosquito Pass. And Birdseye is a great trail. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a moderate trail. There is a pretty high pinstripe warning there, though. And Phil even had a sidewall torn open on that one. But it's right next to Leadville. And Leadville is an awesome place to go visit. And look up Route of the Silver Kings. I'll actually put a link to one of our videos up above here for Route of the Silver Kings. It's all these old silver mines, and we love that. That was a great adventure when we just did that one day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was great. And then when we took that route, what was not on a map, that allowed us to have a great panoramic view on all that Leadville area, Silver King, all those mines. So
and then
that
Mosquito
was a
Pass.
Great plus.
Yeah, Mosquito Pass has some great history. They used to take horse carts over the pass. Hard to believe that. It's crazy. But you get up and over, and there's a couple other mines on the other side of the summit. It's closed most of the year, though, because it's so high. So may not be able to run that one all year long for sure. Number 8, Metal Masher. Wow, that was a crazy trail.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time in Utah this year. Even how much we can be patriots of Colorado, but it turns out that most of the trails on this list will be from Utah, and still a lot of videos coming from Utah.
Oh yeah, and Metal Masher had been on my list to do for a while, and it was a great trail. There are some scenic spots for sure, because most everything in Moab is pretty scenic, but from a technical point of view, that was an awesome trail. So that, highly recommend it. If you're into the harder stuff there in Moab, definitely check out Metal Masher. All right, moving to number 7, and it's hard for me to believe this is number 7 on the list, the Trifecta.
Oh, that. Now we come to the really. If it would be my choice, I will put them all in one line.
I mean, to even say that this should be a number 7 is just unbelievable, because the Trifecta is an awesome set of trails. You have Poison Spider, Golden Spike, and Gold Bar Ring. And there's some iconic obstacles on these trails. Definitely worth going to. You will spend all day doing the Trifecta.
Long day.
Long day. 8, 10, 12 hours, depending on how things go. Breakage, definitely an option there. Make sure that I would never do the Trifecta alone, because there's the risk of damage or something is pretty high if something goes wrong. But for an amazing adventure, you cannot beat the Trifecta, and that is just outside of Moab. 35 going up. Next one on our list, and this rates high for a couple of different reasons. Argentine Pass and McClellan Mountain. We did these two together one day, and this is an amazingly scenic drive. You have woods, you have mountains, you have some creeks, you have you get up above the tree line. So the views at that altitude are amazing.
We're back to Colorado, where we can meet mountain goats on the top.
That's right.
It's a special thing.
We've never seen that many mountain goats, have we?
And they're all over around.
Yeah.
And then another thing that when you can see all that mountains all over the top on another side of the McClellan mountain.
Absolutely
It
beautiful.
was scenic.
Okay, number 5 on our list. This one is the beginning of a huge adventure that we did that we're going to talk about some more. Back to Utah for some more adventuring and for a very fun trail with amazing scenery all of its own, Poison Springs. Now this takes us from Hanksville to Flint Road, where we start the Maze District trip. But Poison Springs by itself, that's worth going to all on its own.
Yeah, the scenery, all those from the very beginning, finding those petroglyphs and then going through the river and then climbing up in those mountains. It was.
I don't think we have ever spent so much time in one day in water.
Ah.
I mean, it was just a lot of water. And in fact, there was one stretch where we are in a river. I mean, there was hardly any water in it, but there was flowing water for miles of not just a water crossing, but literally in the water for miles at a time, and then numerous water crossings.
So yeah, this trail make to the list because it was fantastic views and pretty difficult challenges.
Yeah, very fun trail, and with the trailer, definitely added to the challenge there. let me put this in perspective for you. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon and you think, oh my God, this is the most scenic thing I've ever seen. Well, White Rim Trail blows away the Grand Canyon. White Rim Trail is absolutely amazing. The Maze District blows away White Rim Trail. So that's what we're talking about for the next handful of videos here that we have. So moving to number 4, we have Maze Overlook. Now, Maze Overlook in itself wasn't the most difficult trail in the area, nor really was it one of the most scenic, which is why it didn't rate higher on the list. But the scenery is amazing, and the campsite, when you get to it, will absolutely blow your mind.
You want to leave?
Yeah. It is absolutely one of the most beautiful things you will ever see when you get to the Maze Overlook campground. I mean, our trailer, the ladder coming out of our rooftop tent was 3 feet away from a cliff, looking out as far as the eye can see. It's absolutely amazing.
Belly?
That is not the best spot because I have a rope.
Right. It's just a beautiful place. We woke up at sunrise, had some coffee while we watched the sun come up. Now it's time to get some breakfast and get back on the road.
Now we're going to step away from the Maze District for a moment, but we're still in Canyonlands National Park. And one I've already mentioned here, White Rim Trail. And White Rim Trail for the last few years has been one of our favorite destinations.
We did it last year, or the year before we put it on our list. But this year it was extra special because we had a chance to get reservation for White Crack campground both times. And I would stay there for days and days.
It took me
crazy.
A year of trying to get the reservations at White Crack Campground. And it was absolutely worth it. 360-degree views, just mind-blowing, the view there. It's hard to describe, and I will guarantee you no picture, no photo, no video clip that we have will do this justice. If you do White Rim Trail, whether you have a reservation at White Crack Campground or not, go there. Go there, go see it, go see the area around there, and then go to whatever campsite you have. But if you can get it, the campsite there, there's only one. There's one spot. Now you can have multiple vehicles there. You can, I think, 3 vehicles and 15 people, but only one group gets the reservation per day at White Crack. But you can drive over there and take a look at the area and hike around. So well worth it to go check out White Crack Campground. It is absolutely amazing. from White Rim Trail, we are staying in Canyonlands National Park and heading to the west, back to the Maze District. With our next trail, Panorama Point. And this was a little higher on the difficulty scale than Maze Overlook. Still very doable, but there's a couple tricky spots with the trailer. But again, the campsites, crazy beautiful.
Going up switchbacks with a trailer, that was, I would say, the most challenging part. But let's not tell all of our secrets, because it will be later in the videos.
We do have individual videos of all of the different trails that we did in the Maze District coming up. So that's all coming up very soon here in the beginning part of 2024. So watch for those. They are absolutely amazing. Click the little subscribe button and the notification so you don't miss out when we post those. You will not want to miss the Maze District videos. They are spectacular. And Panorama Point, right there at the top of the list. Number one, the top trail that we did, and again, it's in the Maze District, is the Dollhouse, also called the Land of the Standing Rocks. And this trail was quite a bit more technically challenging than we had anticipated. It was very tricky with the trailer. There were some very tight turns, some very off-camber situations. There was some very sketchy spots getting there alone, but with a trailer, it made it doubly bad. Do not recommend taking a trailer unless you have a ton of experience pulling one through some very difficult terrain, because it was an absolute challenge to get the trailer back there.
That's true.
And
trailer was on his side one time, got damaged, so
yeah, it was not
as long as Jeep too.
Yeah, it was not the easiest of the trails to do with a trailer. That is for sure. However, you get to the end, you get to those campsites, and it is unlike anything you've ever seen, and you will just be in awe that you're able to camp in a spot like this. It is.
I cannot even say which one is better, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, there are 3 campsites there at the Dollhouse. So Dollhouse 1, 2, and 3, and we were in 1 or 2.
We were in 2. I think we were in 1, but then we had a drive and looked how the 3 looks like. And
3 is amazing.
Next time I will shoot for 3.
Yeah, this is the craziest place you will ever camp, and I'm not sure I'm going to recommend that people do all of the Maze District in one trip.
You have to be really, really prepared and plan and see on a maps, count all mileage, make your the whole route, and plan your gas.
We had to carry 16 gallons of extra fuel to do the entire Maze District, and we finished and we had 4 gallons left at the end when we got to the gas station, and the Jeep was basically empty. So we clocked it pretty darn good, and it was an amazing trip. So that is our top adventures that we did in 2023. We have some amazing trips planned for 2024. Not going to share those plans with you yet. Nothing's finalized, but I'm looking forward to 2024. Are you?
Of course.
Lucas? I think Lucas is looking forward to it. He's been a great Jeep dog. He just sits in the back and totally chills. He's going to be a lot of fun going out there. We've got a new tent. We've got a new awning. We've got water heaters. We've got diesel heaters. We are prepared for some amazing adventures in 2024. So stick around. Be sure and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the adventures. If you want to support us, click the join button down below. Members get some early videos. They're going to get some exclusive stuff this year, as well as a lot of discounts that I'm getting from manufacturers. So be sure and click that join button and be a part of our community. We really appreciate it. We totally appreciate all the support from you guys out there who follow us, who comment. Thank you so much for helping us have an amazing 2023. Thank you so much, and we'll be with you throughout 2024.
Hooray!
Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails. Those were our top adventures for the year, but there was one adventure we had this year that was probably the most memorable to us and has the most meaning to us, and that was Biltmore Lake. Now, not just because it was Biltmore Lake, not just because the Jeep was broke down and we had to take the Subaru, and she thought I was going to flip the Subaru a few times, but it was because we went and did what?
Get married.
We got married. We got married on Billmore Lake this year. So that trail, that adventure, that is, you know, definitely a big part of our life this year. And yeah, that one's going to be meaningful to us for a long time. So we wanted to share that one too with you. There is a whole video on that. I'll put a link up above if you want to watch the misadventures of our wedding day. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Ooh. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty.
Just go. It's not funny.
We can look back someday.
Keep driving.
Baby, don't you understand